Have you ever wondered, what if nothing you do is ever truly hidden? Not the secrets you keep, not the thoughts you whisper only to yourself. There may be no camera, no microphone, and yet every action, every feeling, every lie and every truth is being recorded. But the real question is, where? Tonight on Soul Science, we explore a mystery that may change the way you see yourself forever. Because beyond the CCTV on the street and the camera in your phone, there is another lens watching you, a lens that doesn't belong to the world outside, but to the universe within. And here's the secret. That lens is your own eyes. Your eyes are not just windows to the world, they are the living recorders of your soul, capturing every moment, every memory, every hidden intention. And when the time comes, that footage doesn't disappear. It plays back, to you and only you. Let's uncover the science, the spirituality, and the hidden truth behind the divine camera inside you. We fear the surveillance cameras outside, but the inner camera never turns off. Just like your phone stores every picture in its memory, your eyes and your mind store every experience in a memory field far more powerful than any device. That's why sometimes, when you make a mistake, you suddenly feel guilt inside, even if no one saw you. That is your soul holding the footage you thought was hidden. Science says, every action creates energy, and energy cannot be destroyed. It must go somewhere, and it is stored. Where? In the data center of nature itself. And your eyes are the first hard drive. Your words can lie, your face can pretend. But your eyes, they always betray the truth. Psychologists even call this the eye access cue. When someone lies, the micro movements of the eyes change. Law enforcement in the US has studied it for decades. Even in the US, the FBI and police interrogators are trained to watch the eyes, because the eyes reveal what the tongue tries to hide. Neuroscience now admits it. The eyes are not just organs of sight. They are mirrors of the brain and reflections of the soul. At Johns Hopkins, brain researchers have shown that micro-expressions and eye movement patterns reveal hidden emotions even before a person speaks, proving the eyes connect directly to memory and truth. Even researchers at Stanford have shown how eye movements connect directly with memory and emotion, turning the eyes into a living map of the mind. When a person commits a crime, be it theft, betrayal, or violence, the first shift shows in their eyes. Fear, hesitation, avoidance, a subtle flicker that no one can hide. Some people escape the law, they trick the world, but sooner or later, their own eyes reveal everything. That hidden record surfaces, sometimes as illness, sometimes as broken relationships, sometimes as deep depression, or even the urge to end life. Because karma is not erased, it waits, and when the time is right, it plays back. Now let's try something together. This is what I call the inner lens test. Close your eyes for just a moment, take a deep breath, and when you open your eyes again, don't look at me, don't look at the screen. Look at the space between you and the air itself. For the next 20 seconds, just notice your gaze. Don't control it. Don't judge it. Just notice what your eyes want to do on their own. Are they steady? Are they restless? Do they want to dart away? What you're experiencing is your inner lens trying to balance truth and distraction. Scientists at Stanford have shown that these micro-movements often reveal our emotional state before we even speak. And spiritually, it has always been said, your eyes are not just seeing, they are recording. So if you felt a little shift, a flicker, or even a sense of unease, that is your soul reminding you, nothing is hidden. Imagine this, you help someone quietly, with no witnesses. Weeks later, a strange peace enters your life, or you hurt someone in secret. Soon after, you feel restless, uneasy, as if something inside has seen it all. That something is your soul, your eternal witness. Even modern science is beginning to touch this mystery. Every thought, every emotion, every vision leaves an electromagnetic imprint inside you. Psychology has hinted at this for decades. Even Carl Jung called it the collective unconscious, a field where every human thought and memory leaves its trace. Modern psychology now says the same. Trauma and emotion are stored in the body, waiting to be replayed. Your brain is not just a machine for thought, it is a recording device. Researchers at Princeton's Global Consciousness Project even found that human emotions can subtly shift random number generators, as if consciousness itself leaves fingerprints on reality. But not the brain alone. Your heart generates an electromagnetic field 5,000 times stronger than the brain, which means every feeling, love, fear, grief, joy, is etched into your entire system, a hidden library of your life. Studies at the HeartMath Institute in California confirm that the heart's electromagnetic field can actually influence the brain, showing how our emotions don't just stay inside us, but ripple into the environment around us. And when death comes, that footage runs in reverse. Near-death experiences across the world reveal the same truth. At the moment of dying, life flashes before the eyes, not chronologically, but by emotional intensity. Harvard and UVA researchers have studied near-death experiences for decades, documenting how patients report the same kind of life review across cultures, suggesting this is not imagination, but a universal phenomenon. One of the most famous modern cases comes from Dr. Eben Alexander, a Harvard neurosurgeon. He was once a skeptic until he experienced his own powerful near-death experience, later sharing it in his book, Proof of Heaven. He described a vivid life review and a consciousness that existed beyond the brain, exactly what science is only beginning to explore. The moments that shaped you the most are the first to appear. Science calls this the life review phenomenon. At the University of Virginia, scientists have collected hundreds of cases of people describing the same review of life events, regardless of culture, language, or religion. Spirituality calls it the soul's final mirror. At the University of Virginia, the Division of Perceptual Studies has spent decades researching near-death experiences and even past life memories. Across hundreds of cases, people from different cultures describe the same phenomenon, a life review, where every action and intention is reflected back at them. This suggests the soul's memory may be far more universal and scientific than we once believed. So think about it. If every smile, every tear, every betrayal, every kindness is being recorded, would you live differently? Would you lie, knowing the recording cannot be erased? Would you hurt, knowing the pain will one day return? The truth is, God is not watching from outside. The divine witness lives within. Your inner lens is his camera, your soul is his memory card, and your life is the footage. This is why the Buddha said, "Be a light unto yourself," because that light inside you is watching, always. As Rumi once said, the soul has been given its own ears to hear what the mind does not understand. Across traditions, the message is the same. Your inner witness never sleeps. So ask yourself if every choice, every intention, every hidden thought is stored in your soul's archive. Shouldn't you live with more awareness? Because in the end, you are not judged by others. You are judged by the playback of your own life. It could be as simple as ignoring a homeless person asking for food, betraying a best friend, lying in a relationship, or cutting corners at work for money. No one else may notice, but your inner witness does. When you ignore the poor, when you wound the innocent, when you turn away from your parents, you think no one sees. But the eternal witness sees. You are never alone. Every action, every decision, every desire is captured in the divine lens. And when the results come, people call it karma. But in truth, it is simply the footage of your life playing back into reality. So remember, your eyes are more than sight. They are sacred recorders. Your soul is more than breath. It is the archive of eternity. Nothing is ever lost. Nothing is ever hidden. It is all there, inside you. If your soul can record everything you do, could it also be broadcasting it into the universe? Could we all be part of one giant field of consciousness? That is the mystery we'll explore next. Even NASA experiments measuring cosmic radiation hint that human consciousness may be linked to patterns in the universe, as if the soul is part of something much larger than biology. And this is just the beginning. In the next part, we will go even deeper into how your heart, your brain, and your soul communicate with the universe itself. If this awakened something inside you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it. And join us again here on Soul Science, where science meets the spirit and the unseen becomes clear. And here is the truth most people forget. You are not just living your story, you are also recording it, which means you are both the actor and the judge of your own life. And in the end, the greatest discovery of science may not be out there in the stars, but in here, in the soul that's been recording you all along. Thank you.